Welcome to Manhattan, Kansas, where you'll hear EMAW, every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child love the Kansas State Wildcats. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Line gets set. First down. They're trying to find some room off right tackle. He breaks a tackle. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And guys, this is a great time to take a shot if you want on 2nd and short. The give to the lone running back. At the 45 on his way. Open runway ahead. The 10. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense getting set for first down. Pulls it, fired complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive.
Kansas offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The give to the tailback. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
The Jayhawks look to keep this drive humming. They'll throw it on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Wood. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, they're working the slot receiver on a drag route here. He's just kind of fighting his way through the traffic. He's able to come out the other side and present a nice target for the quarterback.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. At the 35, he's open. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And the Jayhawks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Kansas. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington is trailing right now, but I'm old enough to remember the 2001 season where UW won the Rose Bowl and nearly won a title. If that group can find a way, there's hope for this team. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Michigan. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down coming up. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Back to throw, it's Harper. Fires to the tight end.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. They'll try to get the first through the air. With the catch, it's Rice. What a cut, now he's loose. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the...
And it's picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Rock Chalk. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
This is a defense that prides themselves on getting turnovers, and it starts with the pass rush. It was the hit on the quarterback that forced the throw to not be as accurate as the QB would have liked. Nice job in the back end, securing the interception, and then taking it the distance.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He'll do it himself. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end, crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you just sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become. We're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now. That is a staple of the sport.
Man, what a surge by this defense. I think he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll try to pick up the first. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to ride this running back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's reeled in. It's moved. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running.
Looking deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
It's a draw. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great salesman. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
Kansas State pushing the pace. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're throwing for it on 4th down. They're trying to get to him. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Well, I love the play call by the defense there on 4th down. They were expecting pass, and they didn't decide to just lay back and play zone coverage. They were going to dial up the pressure. They bring the blitz, and they just overwhelmed the offensive line and anyone else trying to protect that quarterback. He had no shot.
And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
When you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
Leaves it with the back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The play action fake. Fires to the middle. Touchdown Jayhawks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air. It's Harper. Pressure. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. The defense with the scoop and score. The defense striking with a scoop and score touchdown.
And defense is about getting guys to the football. Sometimes you just get that hit, the ball pops out, more guys swarming to the football. Great effort, scoop that thing up, now do some damage with it. You always wanted to play offense anyways. Convert that defensive player, offensive player. Give me that 6.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Pulled and finds his man on the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Snagged in the middle. It's moved.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Grabbed behind the line. It's Rice. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
The aerial assault continues. Hauls it in. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, not down in distance. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Wildcats have this offense rolling. Moves. Back to pass, it's Harper. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got it. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And man, this quarterback is on fire this drive. They've run 5 plays offensively. He's thrown it all 5 times. He's 5 for 5, and now he has him down here on the goal line. Why not go 6 for 6 with a tutty?
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. They'll go to the air, trying to get to it. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return.
1st and 10.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point?
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. At the 35, he's loose. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Looking to go up top on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Caught near the sideline, it's Massey. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
And guys, with the empty backfield on 2nd and short, might they take a shot here? Dropping back, it's Harper. Might be looking to run. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's moved. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why.
Looking for the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing game.
Quarterback checking off. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Dumps it to the back. This one's complete. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Jayhawks will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
To the air, it's Harper. Skips away from pressure. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Kansas State quick to the line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Back to the air one more time. Fires to the wideout. And this sophomore quarterback just put it out there a little too far.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got his man. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback checking the play. To the air, it's Harper. They're bringing heat. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Absolute shank. Missed it. I guess the idea was to chip away at a big lead. Consider the lead not chipped away yet. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Right back to the well. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
At the 32-yard line. 3rd down coming.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. A run for the quarterback. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Running back searching for a hole. Runs through a tackle.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Now they'll try the right side. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
He has 89 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. On the option, he'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen.
Just steamrolling his way through. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run.
Touchdown, Kansas! And the beatdown has ensued.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And he added the extra point. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. From the gun, the ground game. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Harper. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for a deep man. Holds it in on the left.
Good for a Wildcat. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Kansas 42, Kansas State 10.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Rice. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
They want to just keep throwing it. Looking to the big tight end. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Takes a handoff. It's Rice. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Kansas State pushing the pace.
Clear. Slide 22. Slide 22. Go, go. Squirrel, squirrel. Double right. Ready.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Here we go.
Back to throw, it's Harper. Coming after him. Got rid of it just in time. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the 4th.
Looking for the score. Fires and picked off. The 10. Touchdown, Rock Chop. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Looking downfield, it's Harper. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Kansas State quick to the line.
Timber.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Off play action on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Rice.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Acorn. Gorilla. Arrow.
He's looking to throw. Going over the top. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
All right, nice job by the QB. It's 3rd down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
Kansas State really has this drive rolling.
Jackrabbit.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Quickly out to the tight end. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Got room on the return. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Jayhawks. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Washington is in major trouble today. The folks out there in Seattle are heading for the exits with more determination than a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run. They're trailing by 22 to Michigan. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Makes the catch. It's Massey. At the 35, he's got room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Easy.
Quarterback will audible. Looking for a man. It's Harper. Makes his connection. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Kansas State pushing the pace. He's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. He's now over the century mark with 102 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
Cricket.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Kansas.
Ready.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Set.
Right back to the well. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got some room to run. The 40. Running inside the 20. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that is a coaching...
And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous punting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. Here comes the 2-point try. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's knocked down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense set for a 1st down play. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple of more times. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The defense still has a couple of timeouts at its disposal, but down a couple of possessions, the offense will take a knee. Defense gets the timeout called. 20 seconds left on the clock. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. And the Jayhawks will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit.
Wildcats will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing.
Terrier. Longer.
Motion from the offense. Looking to throw, it's Harper. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped and intervened first down. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were